I want to offer a certificate of appreciation from the Community Building Working Group of the Social Development Plan to CSI, and I've acknowledged Denise personally for our commitment. Denise, this to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Denise. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. So I'd like to start us off by, first of all, talking a little bit about the Regent Park Neighbourhood Association. The Regent Park Neighbourhood Association is an association that began in 2015, and the idea was that in this community that's going through a massive revitalization, how do we make sure that the two communities that are being created, a community that's coming from 100% Toronto community housing to a mixed income community, is thriving and cohesive. And the idea was that there should be a resident association that's made out of the two communities, half of Toronto community housing and half of the market residents. So the association was created, and we also incorporated last year as a federally incorporated organization. And because of that, we're heavily involved in advocacy, community building, and community engagement in important resident-led activities. Because of that work, there's been a tremendous opportunity to be involved in some key projects, and one of them is the tech library. This was a project that CSI was involved in and was leading, and because of the work and relationship and partnerships we have, CSI has encouraged us to implement the project as well. So I wanted to recognize Denise and CSI for the importance and trust that they've placed the Regent Park Neighbourhood Association to implement this project. I know that Denise is having voice issues just as I have. Might not be able to say a few words, but I wanted to say from the Regent Park Neighbourhood Association to you, thank you for trusting the association on this. I'd like to introduce the coordinator of this project, and maybe he can also introduce the staff that will be running the tech library. Abdurrahman, if you could say a few words and introduce the staff that will be working on this project.
Hi, my name is Abdurrahman. As I mentioned earlier, I am the project coordinator for this tech library. I'm very happy for the RPNA to give me this position to apply and give me the chance to provide for the community that I've lived in for over 20 years. I want to thank CSI as well for starting this project and kickstarting it, and I'm really appreciative for that. I want to call up some of the tech support workers that are going to be helping out with this project. So first and foremost, Ihsan. I want to call up Ihsan. I want to call up Arif as well. Arif, you come up. And Mufisa. Mufisa to come on board. They have been working hard to start off this project amazingly, and I want to thank them, and we're really looking forward to this project. So thank you all. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. Shortly after, we're going to have a presentation by our very own Ihsan. So get ready.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Stand on the side of your
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
But me standing right here is perfectly
You're
fine.
totally
Perfectly fine. So let's take some photos and we'll get it.
Just a couple of comments.
Some smiles going too.
All right. I'm now going to be presenting. My name is Ihsan, and I'm currently doing this presentation for the RP Tech Library, and I'm currently also working for them as well. And the title of this presentation is Pushing Back Against the Digital Divide, which is what the Tech Library seeks to do. That's me, actually. Anyway, how does access to tech and internet actually help people, which is what we're providing? Education, remote e-learning, learning material, and online information. Like, for example, Khan Academy and other resources that wouldn't be possible otherwise unless you had access to a device. economic opportunities. Of course, we know about online marketplaces, things that are not available IRL. You can't just go up to a stall and buy certain things that are only available online. Remote work is something that through the COVID situation has been greatly popularized, and it is a mainstay of our current society. And of course, you've got online job listings, right? Government services, healthcare, and telemedicine. Social media, nowadays everyone wants, and everyone rather not just wants, but needs an online presence, right? We've got a digital profile that people create, everyone does, everyone connects with others. It's now not only just calling people, but actually accessing through social media. That is something that's very crucial to living in the modern day. And of course, that does end up in you having your voice heard. And of course, a vast array of information. I don't really need to talk about this. The fact that you can just go on Google and search anything you want, get any information, right? This is absolutely beautiful. It is currently, it's something that everyone really needs to have, right? Now, what is the digital divide, right? The digital divide is, of course, what happens when you have certain individuals that don't have access to internet. They don't have access to technology, right? And we're comparing and contrasting that with individuals who do have that, right? And of course, we can see that there is a massive issue here, right? Because those who don't have access to tech don't have access to any of these benefits and more, right? And so that's what we're trying to get through, right? And so now, how would access to tech in Regent Park help the people around us, right? How would it, right? Let's talk about some real people doing real things, having real unfortunate circumstances that the tech library can actually help with. Now, the struggles of Regent Park residents, I'd say that many of them are struggling to break the digital divide. It's not like you see that constantly people are not going, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi because they're going to Tim Hortons, but they don't have it in their house, right? And so people that rely on public spaces for their technology and for their Wi-Fi especially, they don't have the comfort of what other people have when they're doing things at home, right? And in regards to shedding light on a real example of a Regent Park resident who would have really wanted something like the tech library, someone in this room actually, and it is kind of a personal example because I really know this individual, but this person was living in a family of 8 people. They had access to internet that was, that was like 10 megabytes per second, and it was very horrible. And every time that he had to get something done, had to get work done, had to do an interview, anything that had to do with internet access and actually using tech, even if you have tech, let's say you have tech, right? Are you going to be able to use it? Are you going to be able to do anything with it? No, unless you go to Tim Hortons, unless you go to some other location that has it public, right? And so that's the constant struggle that he and his fellow members of his family, 8 people, had to deal with. And then we got Adnan Hanif. He's also an individual that's right here. He's a local resident, of course, and he has a passion for zoology, and it's a close friend of mine, right? And so he used to have a very, very poor quality laptop that he had to use for schoolwork. It's not like he had nothing, but at the same time, maybe having a really bad laptop is a worse experience than having nothing, right? And so his laptop also recently broke, right? And he doesn't have access to technology, right? And he really needs that. It's crucial, right? And so what will the RP Tech Library provide for individuals like these? Individuals who their plight is not really known to the masses, right? You know, but it is real, and it's regardless something that is going on. Not just these 2 individuals that I mentioned, but that is a representation of how people are constantly being put through. And so we will be giving access to quality laptops and tablets. Quality stuff here. You know, we've got some new stuff. We got a good deal. You know how it is. We got cybersecurity training starting in October, right? And of course, we've got support and troubleshooting and help provided to the residents, right? Because even when people get that tech, it's not like they know how to use it. You know, there's always many intricacies, right? And so we will be there. Me and my fellow co-workers will always be there to help people understand tech and get to know it better. And this is our supporters. I don't know all these individuals, so I can't really, you know what I'm trying to say? But, you know what I mean? Like,
I can step in
he
there.
got the part.
Thank you, Anyway, I appreciate it. So we want to, of course, thank CIRA, CSI, YSM, our trustees. I want to thank Artscape as well for providing space. And I want to thank the RPNA for help making this project happen. So thank you all for showing up. We have refreshments as well. If Ismail or anyone else had anything to say, you can come up now. But I want to thank you all for coming. We have refreshments over there. Thank you. Thank you
Are
all.
you guys located in this building?
Yeah, you're right over here. Yeah. So the tech library is going to be open as of today and tomorrow, Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week. It's going to be 7 days a week from 1 o'clock p.m. to 7 p.m. So we're looking forward to you all showing up. So
Amazing.
thank you
So
all.
it's open how many days a week?
7 days a week. 7 days a week from 1 p.m. till 7 p.m.
Amazing.
How many laptops and tablets will be available?
So we will have eight laptops and 7 tablets, and coming this week are the portable internet sticks. So let's say you wanted to go to the park or go somewhere that doesn't have Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi access. We will have portable internet sticks that you can rent out.
Amazing.
How long do you get to keep the rental?
So the laptops, you can have it up to 3 days. Laptops, tablets, and the internet sticks, and you can renew it as well. But you'd have to come back to the Spectrum, renew it, and you can have it for another 3 days. So up to 6 days, and there's gonna be a buffer period in between. But yeah, it's a
Is
decent
there a
amount of
rental
time.
fee?
No rental fees. It is free for Regent Park residents. So if you have any other questions, please ask.
Say that again.
It is free for Regent Park residents. Open 7 days a week. 8 laptops, 7 tablets, and 10 portable Wi-Fi internet sticks.
So what does that mean? Anybody from outside the app paper?
They wouldn't have access to it. It'll be strictly meant for Regent Park
How would
residents.
we book it? Do we book it directly in person with you, or can we do it online?
In
or-
person. It's strictly in person. And if you want to renew it as well, it is in person.
And it's first come, first served basis.
First come, first served basis. Yeah. We do have that buffer period just so people don't hold on for too long and to give access to multiple people. So yeah.
And the cybersecurity training? What will that be? Who's eligible to do that? And will it be here?
It's going to be held here. The dates are to be decided for now, but it's going to be mid-October and mid-December. So look forward to that.
What's
Specifics will
involved
be
in
released.
the cyber? Oh, sorry, I'm muted. I was going to ask you what is involved in the cybersecurity workshop. I mean, is it just to teach you how to avoid
Exactly.
cyber crime or scams and whatnot?
Yeah, it's going to be general internet safety and how to navigate the internet and avoid all of these shady practices. So yeah.
Will there be a waiting list if there aren't any available?
Yes, we have a system in place where if everything is checked out, you can be put on a waiting list, and as soon as things are returned, you'll be notified immediately. You'll be happy. All you have to do is give your email address, and we will forward that information to you.
Do you ever leave a deposit? I mean, let's say, God forbid, the laptop that you borrow gets stolen or gets wrecked somehow.
Yeah, so we do have systems in place
Okay.
to make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, it's free for Regent Park residents. You don't have to leave a credit card, no deposit. Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Yes, please.
So if you don't come from the Regent Park, how do you access the service?
As of now, it is strictly for members, people living in Regent Park, but we do hope to expand this to the downtown.
Yes, there are neighborhoods that also have tech lending libraries. So the stop in St. Jamestown has a tech lending. There's different tech lending libraries around the city.
Yeah.
So if you don't live here, there might be one closer to you that's servicing your neighborhood.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
what do you need? Piece of ID? What do you need?
Yes, we need to bring a valid piece of ID and a proof of address, just so we know you're living in Regent Park and we know who you are.
So basically, ID and proof of address.
Yeah, and you just have to fill out a waiver and you should be good to go. Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you all for
How soon can people register?
You can register as of right now. So we're good to go. Thank you so much.
Before we conclude, I just don't change that slide. I would love for folks to just come around and support us. I want to take a quick photo and get it out.
Sounds good.
People excited? Good. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Ihsan and I'm currently a worker and I'm currently representing the Regent Park Tech Library. The Regent Park Tech Library will be open 7 days a week, and we're here to provide Regent Park with access to laptops, tablets, and actually quite fast internet, right? And constant internet on the go. you can rent laptops and tablets. There's going to be cybersecurity workshops on October, actually, and we're always here to support people in regards to the technicalities of these devices, because we know that not everyone knows exactly how to use these things perfectly, and so we're always here for that too. We're going to be open 7 days a week, so if someone wants to borrow a computer, they come in and we talk to them. We have a little booth going on here on the first floor, right? Very accessible. They talk to us, and they would need some sort of ID that they bring, just to make sure that we have some sort of assurance that it's really them. We also have measures in place to prevent things like breakage and stuff like that, right? And basically, yeah, they just come in and they register. Of course, they really got to register, right? They get their ID in, and it's perfect, yeah. And they can rent a laptop or a tablet. First come, first serve, though. You know, that's something to look out for. So don't be hiding away until the last moment, because there isn't going to be a last moment, all right? So the Regent Park Tech Library is currently only for Regent Park residents, but we are planning to go elsewhere as well. You know, expand our horizons. But currently, you got to be a Regent Park resident for access to the free laptops and free tablets, and also the free Wi-Fi, of course.
So the Tech Lending Library was a project of CSI. We applied to the Canadian Internet Registration Authority, the CIRA. They're fantastic funders of this project. And the idea for this came, as you heard, about unlocking technology, particularly during pandemic, for families that had multiple people trying to use one computer, or bad internet, or outdated technology, and recognizing and realizing that a lot of people in Regent Park didn't have access to these things. And knowing that CSI was going to be part of the CSI community living room and anchoring the technology lending library here as part of the community living room was what we were hoping for. When it came time for CSI to leave the CSI community living room, what we recognized was that this was a really good opportunity for RPNA to take on a massive community building project, and that RPNA was ready for it, and they had the capacity for it, and they had the skill set for it, and they had the connection to the community. And what better way to build community wealth right here in the community than by handing off a community asset to an organization like RPNA, and letting residents run something by residents and for residents that already had the infrastructure, that already had some of the pieces already built in. It had a space, it had an identity, and RPNA was the perfect project partner to hand it off to. So CSI is super proud to have worked with Sierra to get this grant and to get this project running. And then we're super proud of RPNA and to be able to hand this project over to RPNA to make it a community asset. So over to you, Ishmael.
Yes, it's a very remarkable project to be working, as Denise has said, in terms of allowing access to technology to residents in the neighborhood. There's a remarkable history of advocacy, community work, and as many of you know, we've been working very hard to make residents access the internet in a very fast way. For instance, there have been many programs of getting into the aquatic center, the community center, and internet access has been a challenge, computer access has been a challenge, and this project will help alleviate that concern for residents. And it's truly a remarkable effort through CSI to collaborate with us, to give us the trust and the capacity to be able to run this project from start to finish. And this also increases the neighborhood association's capacity to implement projects and also to be able to apply for bigger funds and bigger projects. So we want to thank CSI and our other partners for this collaborative, amazing project, and the neighborhood as well. Awesome.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow our social media platforms. For more information, check out our website.